lot. The first tutorial is basically showing you the very basics of the game, which this is interesting. Like I said, I'm not even out of the tutorial yet, so I'm not gonna say whether I really like the game or not. But I'm naturally attracted to turn-based tactics. I naturally like turn-based tactics games, and this does immediately have the look and a nice look and feel. And the basic tutorial was what I expected uh, in a turn-based tactics game, I suppose. So here we started over. The aim of this tutorial is to teach you a little bit more. We're going to learn about magic and ranged combat and being in an engaged state. Because whenever you're right next to an enemy, you become engaged. Not like married, not like you're going to marry them, but you're fighting them. You're engaged in combat. The aim of the, let's see, let's go ahead and skip. Okay, ranged shots. Archers attack from a distance but cannot make melee attacks. To attack an enemy with your bowman, target it with your mouse and then right click. So here's our bowman, and we've got a 90% chance to hit this guy up here. Congratulations, I hit him. Okay, there's many factors, many possible modifiers on the shot. The dodge of the target, whether your bowman has moved or not before shooting, the distance of the target, whether there are obstacles. All of these can affect my chances of hitting. All your units can move and then act. If one of your units acts before moving, it can no longer move on this turn. So bowman engaged in melee combat. So what you just saw there was the enemy that was in front of my guy. He disengaged from combat to go over and hit my archer. Now, when he disengaged from my melee guy, he suffered a penalty, which is the attack of opportunity. The enemy flees combat, he suffers attack of opportunity to engage one of your archers in melee. Whenever a unit flees the contact of another, he runs the risk, based on its dodge, of suffering an attack of opportunity. And that's what happened. He suffered an attack of my opportunity. Skeleton Warrior has been injured, but he has managed to engage my bowman. Now, as long as my bowman remains engaged, he will only be able to shoot at enemies in contact with him, and I'll suffer significant penalties. Attacks of opportunity to avoid penalties on his shots. Your bowman must disengage from the Skeleton Warrior, thus provoking an attack of opportunity. This is calculated on the dodge of my unit as soon as it disengages. When you intend to move, hexagons that will provoke an attack of opportunity are displayed in red. You can see a little red ring appear in some of these, but not all of them, just the ones right next to me. And the chances of triggering an attack of opportunity are displayed over the relevant enemy. So you can see the 50% over him. So I have a 50% chance of suffering an attack of opportunity. So it's 50-50. And parried. I think it's part of the tutorial though. I think I always parry. Okay, cover and ranged. Now your bowman can shoot at all enemies within his field of vision, but some are protected by cover that will reduce his chances of making that hit. The bush in front of him partially protects him from enemy shots, as he is just behind this cover. His shots will not suffer a penalty, whereas your other bowman, being at a distance from the cover, will be hampered. So, let me go over that again. The bush, now your bowman can shoot at all enemies within his field of vision, but some are protected by cover that will reduce my attack. And I believe that means that dude there, because I'm not even within range of these. The bush in front of him partially protects him from enemy shots. Oh no, it means that, I'm thinking it might mean this one. I'm thinking it means this dude up here. I got a little, no, it does mean this one right here, because this is the one glowing. The best option is to attack the warrior that you just fled. The latter is not under cover and is at close range, which adds a bonus to your chance of making a hit. So they were talking about these two. This guy behind the bush, or it's going to be harder, so that's, you know, and this guy will be easier. 95% chance. And bam. Hey, welcome back, welcome back. We're just running through the tutorial here. So, scattering. The enemy bowman will attempt a shot at your warrior engaged in melee. This action carries a handicap. Each unit between the bowman and his target reduces the chance of success. Worse still, if it fails, it's possible that a unit close to the target takes the arrow instead. Let's see what happens. Okay, this dude up here, way up here behind the bush, was shooting at my melee guy down here, but of course his guys were in the way. So he suffered what was called a scattershot. There was a chance of him actually hitting his own teammates. Be careful when shooting at a target which is behind other units, as the same thing can happen to me. So I have to be careful too, especially against other players. And this game, I think, is primarily an online PvP game. I do think there might be some solo questing, but this is like an online battle game. I think, you know, these are becoming more popular in the wake of MOBAs. People are trying to find new and different exciting ways to introduce MOBA-like gameplay. And one of those ways is to, why not have a MOBA, but instead of real-time strategy, have turn-based tactics, kind of the turn-based strategy. Okay, using ability spells, miracles, magicians begin with their starting spells, but they are not alone in having special abilities. All units gain these when they level up. Casting them requires special resources, mana for magicians, faith for the faithful, or the incurring of penalties for warrior units. As well as their cost in mana, all spells have a range limit. To cast a spell, select the icon with a left click, then confirm your target with another left click. Objective: advance your magician, then cast his primal attack of light. I love turn-based random. I am on your side. Honest, I'm totally with you. So we're gonna move over here. Now, at the bottom of our screen is our little hotkey. So here's what we got. We got a cost of mana, and we can come over here to my card in the bottom left and see where my mana is. This is the symbol for mana. I've got 6 mana. This costs 3 to cast. Click on it, and then left click again. You don't actually right click like you do with normal text. You left click again to attack. Alright, we hit him. So casting multiple spells, pure magicians, and refer to the unit class at the bottom left to find out whether you have a pure magician or not. They can cast several spells per turn, as long as they have the required mana. The same goes for faithful with faith. So, that means we've got 3 more mana, and we can cast again. So let's go ahead and cast on this other guy. They want us to attack the other guy. There we go. Now he's moving his Necromancer, I believe, and going to summon an undead. Well, they call it a morbid puppet. He just summoned a morbid puppet. Invocations disappear when you kill the unit that controls them. So that's a very key component in any turn-based strategy. Well, in any strategy game, but especially turn-based. I mean, you definitely want to be able to whittle down or at least knock out the caster immediately, because if there's 2 or 3 morbid puppets or minions, what have you, that are all, they can do tons of damage to you, and all you have to do to kill all of them is kill the caster. Encirclement. Your swordsman is in an awkward position. When a unit is encircled, each unit forming the encirclement gains +3 accuracy and +3 parry. In this particular case, these 3 skeletons gain +30% attack chance against your swordsman, and he suffers -30% when he attacks them. So that's bad. obviously. You can help your units by issuing orders during critical moments in battle. Here you can order your swordsman to take a defensive stance to try and survive the attack of the skeletons for this turn. To do so, click on Defensive Stance at the top of the screen to the left of your remaining time. That's under my name, my player name up here, to the left of the turn time limit, which is stuck on 0-1 for the tutorial. There's little actions we can do, and we have defense or divine favor, defensive stance, and offensive. We're gonna do, just make sure we have click him and then click defensive. Is that sound too loud? Those little sound effects, if those are too loud, let me know and I'll try to turn those down. Injury penalty. Your swordsman put up a good fight thanks to your order, but he still picked up an injury from all the enemy attacks. The more damage a unit suffers, the more vulnerable to become. Your swordsman has already lost more than 10 health points and therefore suffers light wound, which means that many of his combat characteristics have reduced by -1. There are two other types of injury, serious and critical. The serious does -2 to characteristics, while critical does -3. Note this type of in-game injury will not provoke a niggling injury as long as your unit has not been eliminated. Okay, thank you. Alright, then I'll keep it how it is. So down here on the left, bottom left of the screen, we can see our characters' stats. Not stats, but penalties. But, well, they're actually modifiers. The green is a good positive modifier, while the red are not. So here's light wound. It means the unit suffers light wounds, -1 penalty on accuracy, parry, dodge, and will. And it's telling me I'm currently engaged in combat. So it tells you what that means. Engaged in melee. If it tries to disengage, it tells what we learned already during this tutorial. So basically, okay, that's what these are called, alterations. These are alterations. Alright, so you have now reached an intermediate stage in our learning. So we have to apply what we've learned. So we can, now I believe we can switch between any character we want to go first. So what I would like to do is, I would like to try to get my archer over to at least here, not to at least here, this guy here, because I want to, oh, only 50% chance. That's not cool. Oh, I ran out of time. No. Okay. So I can't shoot that guy? Oh, I can't use him now, huh? Ugh, okay. Let's try to get rid of this Necromancer. Oh yeah, I think we're gonna be able to finish him off. Let's finish that guy off. Oh, I don't have any more mana at the moment. So we're going to use this guy. You have already activated unit. Oh, which one? Oh, this one? Oh my goodness. Let's see if we can't. Which one is active? Oh, this one. I don't know why I just did that. That didn't make any sense. I'm dropping the ball here. Now see, he just drew another minion. Now, okay. I'm trying to mix things up and I'm confusing myself by doing that. So let me go here, because I wanted to just shoot at that guy. Or have the choice to shoot it. Oh no! Now see, I thought I was able to switch, but I'm wondering if I'm spending... See, I can switch. I don't want to engage. Okay, now I can go up here and then attack. To now attack that guy. There we go. I'm really not playing this ideal at all. Let's go ahead and just shoot him. %70 chance, 100% chance. Let's shoot that thing and get rid of it. There we go. Now all I have to do is kill... I shouldn't have wasted on that actually, see? Because that was a minion, or a morbid puppet. So I should have just concentrated on killing the Necromancer who summoned them. Now... that should kill him. Yeah, see? Those two just died instantly. Now all we have to do is kill this guy. Okay, that finishes the second tutorial. I really am bummed that I had to lower my bitrate, thus lowering the quality of